Hey guys, this is Ty. I'm out running around doing some errands today by myself, and this got me thinking, what's worse, group texts or group rides? Let's talk about that. Hey everyone, this is Ty and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump right into it. We're talking about group texts or group rides. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each. Now, when it comes to group text and group rides, am I saying that I hate all group texts and that I hate all group rides? No, not at all. Am I saying that I like all group text and all group rides? No, not at all. And that's why I wanted to discuss those things. So let's start with group texts, because it seems like lately, you know, the weather's changing, riding season's starting, there's more opportunities for group rides, people are meeting and doing the type of things together again, and I'm starting to get more group texts. So that's what brought this to mind. So we'll start with group text. Some of the pros of group text, some of the good things would have to be this: everybody receives the same communication, right? Everyone receives the same information. There isn't a particular item or a particular bullet point that's left out. Everybody gets the same data, and going along those same things, everyone's included, right? So there's no opportunity for hurt feelings unless you leave someone out of the group. Then you can. But for the most part, everyone receives the same information. No one's left out. No hurt feelings. Everybody's happy, and that type of thing. Plus, I will say this, that group texts are a great way to communicate with people, you know? I mean, you don't want to make, 8 or 10 individual phone calls. Nobody wants to deal with voicemail, right? Nobody. So text is most definitely the way to go in that particular circumstance. Oh, look at that. It's a comic book shop, and that's cool. I'll have to go check that out. Anyway, so everybody gets the same information. Now, what are some of the cons on group texts? Oh, let me count the ways. So let me start by saying this, is that I don't know about you guys, but I hate that constant pinging and notifications that come up from my phone. You know, there's always a group text. You know, somebody will come through, somebody will respond, somebody will like a comment that somebody does, and so it has to tell you that they liked it and then repost their message, and it's just exhausting, especially if you've got 10 or 12 people in a group text. Holy moly, man, it can go on for days. And there's sometimes I just have to mute the conversation, because another con is those group text notifications, it seems like they only come up when I'm busy and I've got stuff going on. Maybe I'm at work, or, you know, Winnie and I are out running errands or at dinner or something. It's always happening when I'm busy. Or, you know, I don't have anything to contribute to the conversation. I just read it and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great. And if I do think of something to contribute to the conversation, it's usually about, 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday or a Saturday when I've got a little buzz going on, and I think that I'm way funnier than I am. Don't you act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And so those are some of the cons for group text, really. And then another thing would have to be this. You know, it's not, guys, it's not that I don't care, you know. It's just that I don't care. You know, half the time, whatever's being discussed in a group text, I just don't really care. You know, somebody can summarize it for me in one sentence, or Winnie can summarize it for me after the fact, because if it's usually a group text, she's involved in that as well, and she's great at keeping up with the details, so she can tell me later. I don't care. All right, gang, let's talk about group rides. I mean, for the most part, everybody loves group rides, right? I mean, don't we all love getting together with other motorcyclists that share the same hobbies and interests and passions as we do, and getting out and riding our motorcycles and going to places? You know, I think so for the most part. At least that's the way it is with me. Let me get over. This guy's on my butt. So here's some of the pros about riding in a group ride, and some of them I just listed, is that, man, you really get to meet a lot of fantastic new people. When or since I have been riding with the hog group, I've met some great people. I've met my buddy Eric through the hog group, and me and him ride together all the time. He's one of my closest friends. You know, we're riding together all the time. The hog group was actually riding today, but I had some stuff come up and I just wasn't able to go. And so you really meet a lot of wonderful people when you ride in a group. And then you get to see all the other motorcycles, right? You get maybe different ideas or upgrades that you want to do to yours, or you see a new motorcycle maybe that a manufacturer just released and you just like it, and those type of things. So you know, it expands relationships and, you know, deepens relationships and trusts. When you get to ride with somebody on a motorcycle, you know, all over for a couple hours, and you're riding right next to them, it really establishes trust and develops motorcycle skills. I mean, that's another, you know, your motorcycle skills really develop when you're riding in a group like that. So those are some of the pros that I absolutely love about riding in a group. What about you guys? Let me know some of the pros that you can think of in the comments below. All right, look at that. That's a cool little place, right? We've been there a couple times. Now this place right here, you see it to my right, this little hole in the wall, like dive bar looking thing. Oh man, that is the best hamburgers in Chattanooga, and I cannot think of the name of it. Tremont Tavern, the best hamburgers in Chattanooga. I'm not kidding. It's so good, so good. Okay, where were we? Cons about riding in a motorcycle group. Now, one of the things, this one's kind of big with me, I don't like being on anybody else's schedule. I like being on my own schedule, doing my own thing. If I want to bolt, if I want to go a different route. So, you know, and that type of thing. For the most part, when you ride in a motorcycle group, you're tagging along with others. So you're kind of at their mercy as far as where you're going to go, what you're going to do, where you're going to eat, how long you're going to stay, when you're going to leave. Now, that's not, you know, completely concrete and completely rigid. I mean, there's been times, you know, when Eric and we've been riding with the hog group, and maybe they were wanting to go a different route home or stick around somewhere a little longer than we wanted to, and, you know, Eric and we'd bug out and head out another direction, or try to get home a little earlier or something like that. So, you know, I'm just saying, by and large, these are typically some of the reasons about riding in a hog group, or riding in a group. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know one of the things with me with group rides is that, you know, when I go out for a day of riding, if I'm going to take that time away from my family and that type of thing to go ride on my motorcycle, I want to ride. You know, I want to get out and ride. Sometimes when you're in a group, you know, they might like to hit a restaurant and kind of drag their feet and stick around for a while, and that's cool if that's what other people want to do. But usually when I get out for a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, man, I just want to ride. And one of the things that Eric and I would do, instead of stopping at a restaurant, we would brown bag it. You know, we would pack our lunch, like you know, just put it in a cooler or something like that, and take our lunch with us. And we'd find a rest stop somewhere, or, you know, just a decent little pull off, and have our lunch. And we'd spend maybe 20 minutes eating, kind of stretching our legs a little bit, hop back on the bike and go again. And that was a big plus for me. I like that. I like brown bagging it. I think that's the way to go. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm out running some errands. See that place right there, the green sign, Nooga Paws? So I've had to come down here to downtown Chattanooga to get Dixon and Lacey some dog food. that have sensitive stomachs. So while I was on this ride, I just wanted to talk to you guys about group rides and group text. I tell you what, in the comments below, let me know. There we go. We can make eye contact with each other now. Let me know what you think. Do you like group rides? Do you like group text? If not, why not? Post that up in the comments. Let's have a chat. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that very much. And take a look at the channel. If you're not subscribed, please take a look at the channel. Let me know what you think. And if you do like it, please subscribe. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.